Welcome to Human Athlete. So glad to see you. Hey, first and foremost, we have more people in the community. Like, I'm either lucky or blessed or both. When I was taking my master's courses, I kept having this very deep sense of like commitment to be like, this cannot be stuff that's inclusive. Like, if we're going to build and promote better, holistic human athletes that are better here and better here, like being a transformational coach, I need to get it out there. So here we are. It came to my attention during conversations with my attorneys that there was another human athlete. Somebody just threw that at me in a post. Um, I made a rare comment on a post. Anyways, this human athlete is not that human athlete. That human athlete, whatever was going on there, is not this athlete. My attorneys brought that to my attention, but I was committed to the concept of human and athlete. It makes all the sense in the world to me. So we are, this is human athlete, and I'm glad we're all here. Yesterday, I checked in with you guys and I brought up confidence. Like, what is confidence? Um, can we take a different look at confidence, right? I always like to make things practical because I feel like I can do the academic thing, but the being practical is what really moves things along. And so I wanted to take a look at confidence with you guys today and have that conversation. I learned about confidence growing up in a working class family on my own. I completely stumbled into it. Well, 13 to 15, I came to understand that there's a process for everything. And by gosh, if I just learn the processes and I learn them well and I get better at them, I'll build my knowledge and I'll build my confidence. So that's what I share with you is processes, learning them, giving you competence, excelling in them, giving you confidence. And I'm going to try and wrap that up in a nice little way for everybody today.
Confidence is rooted in neurological processes, right? It experiences. It's how we think, how we act, how we remember. Okay. Confidence can be learned. It can be learned. Confidence comes from here, the prefrontal cortex, right? That's where self-regulation, decision making, rational thought, that's where they come from. In feeling confidence, the prefrontal cortex communicates with the limbic system, right? Your emotions, and gives you together, creates this process of clarity, this sense of control and motivation, right? Prefrontal cortex, limbic system, control, confidence, motivation. But when the prefrontal cortex is hijacked by stress, fear, anxiety, trauma, it can't communicate effectively to the limbic system. And therefore, that's when the system basically gets disrupted. And when the system is hijacked by stress, trauma, fear, anxiety, that ability to effectively communicate from the prefrontal cortex to the limbic system, the system gets disrupted, right? And we know what happens with that. But confidence is knowing that you can succeed, that you can learn to succeed. And here's the important part. I don't think this gets enough talk, that it is safe to try to succeed.
So when we speak of like chemicals like dopamine, like what are the chemicals involved, right? We're talking about dopamine. Dopamine is the chemical that rewards you, creating neurological pathways, physiological changes that increase and solidifies all the neural pathways and your processing. Okay. Um, Serotonin. Serotonin is the other one. It contributes to the processes of regulating your mood, your high levels of serotonin generate your calmness, your resilience, your sense of control. That's serotonin. And then your oxytocin, which is the bonding hormone, right? How you feel you're supported, you're trusted and, and accepted. And the connectedness, that's high levels of oxytocin. So why does confidence feel so fragile, right? Well, it kind of is. Like, because confidence is very specific, it's not general, very specific, right? Confidence transfers to other areas very poorly. So if you're a great writer, you may be a terrible speaker. You don't have the same amount of confidence. And what's worse, the brain has a bias toward negativity, right? How think about this. How quickly people are to be negative. That's because the body, the brain specifically, has a bias towards negativity and processes those experiences very strongly, affecting your confidence and your self-perception. Lasting confidence, it's unconditional. It's not superficial, not like arrogance, but true confidence is that you are truly worthy. Real confidence never, never has to be proven to anyone. And again, I personally have a lot of life experience with that one. Conversation for another day. So, how did I build my confidence? Right. And as I share these things with you, the science that I've gone over and the science that I've researched and care to share with you, again, can all be fact checked on Google Scholar. Me personally, my experience, like as I briefly mentioned at the beginning, like how did I build my confidence? I share with you because I'm as common as you. Like my circumstances led me to discover that processes are everything. There's a process for going to the bathroom. There's a process for brushing your teeth. There's a process for making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Like everything in life is a process. And if you take time to learn what those processes are, you will eventually become competent in those processes. And when you grow competent and you become smarter, right? What happens? Confidence. Educate yourself on the processes. That's exactly what I did. I dove in. I read. I hate to tell you, read, read, read. Do the work. As they say, do the work. What does that mean? That means come to understand what the processes are that you're looking to succeed at. Learn what those processes are. What are the steps in that process? Read about it. Educate yourself. Do the work. And then begin to build your confidence. And know that it is safe to try. Well, in our community, I hope everybody's doing well. Human athlete. You can't be one without being both. you can learn them. Confidence, you can learn it. I hope this helps. I hope this gives you some practical points of reference and a new look, a new perspective on some stuff. I will see you later in the week. Everybody have a great week. Thank you for being here. Welcome to the new people in our community. I hope everybody's doing well. Human athlete. You can't be one without being both.
Everybody wants this.